This country is experiencing what many consider a childcare crisis. Pandemic-related staffing shortages forced thousands of centers to permanently close their doors. And now parents struggle to find affordable, quality childcare. As national security correspondent Caitlin Burke reports, it's especially hard on military families.
This time of year, hundreds of thousands of military families are packing up and moving to a completely new location. While frequent moves are expected in this line of work, they also bring challenges. And right now, topping the list is childcare.
I don't think I totally understood the severity of the childcare situation or the shortage and the wait list.
Last summer, Ashley Ellis and her husband received unexpected orders to relocate to a military base in Hawaii. As a full-time federal employee, Ellis quickly put her son on the childcare wait list, hoping there would be an opening by the time they arrived.
We got him on the wait list, as soon as we could. We were hoping to get childcare by January. We are still on the wait list.
Over the last year, Ellis has juggled working and taking care of her son. This means often starting at 4 a.m. so she can work while he sleeps and taking him along on cross-country work trips. They've also hired 3 different babysitters to avoid gaps in care.
We have a babysitter that costs about $500 to $600 more a month for less hours of coverage than we would be paying if my son was in full-time childcare at the base daycare.
Military bases first began offering childcare in 1989 under orders of Congress. Like other providers, however, they've faced significant staffing challenges and have more than 9,000 children on wait lists. Jessica Strong with Blue Star Families tells CBN News childcare has escalated from just a military challenge to a retention issue.
About 1 in 4 military families have considered leaving military service and say the reason that they would leave military service is because of their spouse employment challenges. And the greatest barrier that we consistently see to spouse employment is childcare.
My husband's career advances and mine waits in the name that we're doing this for our country.
Stationed in her hometown from the beginning of her husband's military career, Kelsey Cleaver had constant support from family. Then they got orders for Kodiak, Alaska.
My first thought was childcare. Something we were fed was Kodiak is the largest Coast Guard base in America. And because of that, they have a CDC, they have a commissary. There's so many activities for children. And we looked through all of those things and we thought this would be a really enriching environment for our kids.
Initially, Cleaver's younger son went to the Base Child Care Development Center, or CDC, while she focused on finishing her counseling degree. Then, recently, with no warning, everything changed.
My husband was told, your child is being removed from the CDC, not because of anything that we've done, but because they did not have the staff to keep him. And what they had done was pretty much put everybody on a priority list. So if you were a family where you were a single parent and you were a member, that put you high on the priority list. If you were a family where both parents were a member, that put you high on the priority list. I'm not in the Coast Guard and I don't have technically a full-time job. I am a full-time student with an internship, but that puts me very low on the totem pole.
This priority framework reaches across all military child care centers, but Cleaver says it's put her family in a waitlist position that could continually be pushed back.
I was very surprised to learn that even when staffing is up to par, my child will still be beat out by new families coming in because they have priority over me. So there really is a very low chance of my child returning to CDC for the rest of our time in Kodiak.
Now, Cleaver keeps her child full-time while still trying to meet the requirements to finish her degree.
I've been pushing through and trying to schedule most of my hours for nighttime when my husband is home. And that is terribly hard because then I'm losing out on that time as a family. As soon as he comes home, I'm gone.
Both the Pentagon and Congress are seeking to relieve some of the burden on families. Efforts include solving staffing issues and providing subsidies to help cover child care costs. If not addressed quickly, however, experts fear this one issue could put the sustainability of America's all-volunteer force on the line. Caitlin Burke, CBN News, Washington.
Thanks so much, Caitlin. You know, Terry, many of us know of the sacrifices military families make.
Yes.
Soldiers, sailors, the spouses, the children, but that's going to open the eyes to a lot of people that child care is such a concern and such a need in this country.
Well, and you know, we are more aware recently, I guess, of how ready we need to be militarily. Sure. All these family things, I think, affect that. And it's, you know, it's another world in the military, I feel like. You know, there are so many things until you see a story like this you don't know or aren't aware of.
And we knew recruitment is an issue, re-enlistment is an issue, but the fact that child care is an issue as far as re-enlisting, that's of great concern. This is a great opportunity for the church in America to step up, right? We have so many military families. There's such a military presence here in the Norfolk, Virginia Beach area where we live. A lot of churches, including where I go, we have military ministries. And this is a great opportunity for churches around the nation to step up and say, how can we help you if you're a military family?
Yeah, flexibility if you're a military family. That's